The invention of the socket wrench in 1864 put a whole new twist on fastenings. With the ratchet mechanism, the user could tighten or loosen bolts in a continuous motion, without stopping to refit the socket to the fastener. It was a real time saver. Modern socket wrenches come with a range of sockets and extensions to handle the nuts and bolts of many different jobs. The process starts with this coil of thick steel. This travels through a die, which straightens it, and then to a cutter, which slices it into short billets. A machine then drives a series of forming tools into the billets. The tools force them into a socket shape and create the all-important hexagonal opening that matches the profile of the nuts and bolts. To get rid of lingering lubricating oil, the parts go for a tumble through a spiral washer-dryer system. A conveyor delivers them to a computerized cutting tool. This removes the sharp edges and sculpts a bevel on the socket's inner rim, so it will slide onto bolts more easily. It takes just seconds to improve this socket's profile. Different tools then sculpt the squared opening in the drive end of the socket. That's the part that locks into the end of the ratchet wrench. A powerful rolling stamp now engraves the part's size and the company name onto it. Once those details are out of the way, it's into a flaming oven to undergo a heat treating process. A rapid cooling follows the heat treatment, hardening the metal. The sockets now toss about in this rotating chamber and are blasted with very fine steel particles. This cleans and buffs the parts. But there's much more polishing to come. The sockets are clamped onto a rotating table. The table delivers the part to a grinding belt for a vigorous polishing. You can see the difference this makes to the part on the right. The factory requires the sockets to have an absolutely flawless finish, so they're put into a tub of ceramic stones. A mild acid is rubbed onto the parts to get rid of any small blemishes that remain. The parts then receive a thorough wash and rinse, which prepares them for chrome plating. Once chromed, the sockets receive a final protective coating. They're immersed in a rust-preventing solution to further protect them from corrosion. The tubs of sockets are now locked in a centrifuge. It spins the parts to get rid of the excess rust-proofing liquid. And now these sockets are ready to shine on the job. Attachable extensions improve the reach of the socket wrench. Forming equipment swings into action, pressing steel billets into dies to mold them into the rough shape of an extension. After a wash and dry, it's over to a lathe. As the extension spins, cutting tools create the squared opening that allows it to be attached to the wrench. Cutters then go to work on the other end. They shape it so it will fit into various sockets and shave the shank to reduce its diameter. Next, a rolling stamp cuts a knurled texture for grip. A stainless steel spring is inserted into the hole formed in the end of the extension. And a steel ball sits in the cavity above the spring. A machine then press fits the ball. This creates a mechanism onto which the sockets attach. It's taken about 3 days to complete this socket set, but it will equip you to handle jobs of many shapes and sizes. Assuming you've got a toolbox big enough, that is.